Welcome to Devon. My name is Sally Everton and I'm a director of Visit Devon, and I'd like to invite you to reconnect with the history, culture and wonders of this wonderful county in southwest England. Offering an outstanding natural environment with a range of nationally protected landscapes and international UNESCO designated sites, Devon is unique amongst English counties as the only county in England that has 2 coastlines and 2 national parks. Rich in history dating back to Saxon times and is birthplace to famous explorers such as Sir Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh. Devon offers spectacular and diverse countryside from its scenic rolling hills and its wonderful patchwork of green fields and the wonders of the vast moorlands of Dartmoor and Exmoor. The 2 vibrant cosmopolitan cities of Exeter and Plymouth have many stories to tell. The capital city of Exeter, founded by the Romans and is known as Isca, with its spectacular cathedral with Norman origins and was completed in medieval times. Plymouth, Britain's ocean city, from where the Pilgrim Fathers set sail in 1620 in the Mayflower on its historic voyage to America. Exeter Cathedral is one of the oldest and most beautiful cathedrals in England and is located in the centre of the city, and there has been a cathedral there on that present site for over 1,000 years. Buckland Abbey has 700 years of history, from the Cistercians who built the abbey and farmed the estate, to the famous seafarers of Grenville and Drake who changed the shape of the house and the fate of the country. Beginning life as a tranquil monastery with a productive estate, Buckland has been redeveloped, restored and adapted, passing through hands of famous seafarers and faced also a devastating fire. Founded in 1278, Buckland has the last of Cistercian monasteries to be built in medieval England and Wales. It has been redeveloped and is now a perfect venue to visit and to explore in the footsteps of these famous seafarers and the history of Devon. Another really fun thing to do is to take the Dartmouth Steam Railway, where you can enjoy superb sea and country views from your restored carriage. You depart from Paignton and you go along the coast to Goodwinton Sands, where the line passes right above the colourful beach huts. You cross the towering Hook Hills Viaduct built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel and travel through Churston and its stunning views of Torbay and Greenway Holt, where the Greenway House is situated. This is Agatha Christie's secluded summer home where she wrote many of her famous novels. You end your trip in the picturesque village of Kingswear, right across the river from the historic Dartmouth, where you can then take a ferry and go and visit the town. Just outside Brixham, Agatha Christie's former home Greenway stands in a 1930s time capsule. Requisitioned during World War II and is home to the US Coast Guard prior to the D-Day landings, this grand family home showcases 13 murals painted by Lieutenant Marshal Lee, who was stationed there during the war. Depicting the journey from the USA to the River Dart, Christie herself requested that these should be preserved. Greenway House is now owned by the National Trust and is well worth a visit, and it is like stepping back in time to how the house was when Agatha Christie herself lived there and wrote many of her famous crime novels.
Hello, my name is Charlie Courtney. I'm the Earl of Devon, and I live with my American wife and Countess AJ, and our 2 Californian kids, Jocelyn and Jack, at Powdram Castle, near Exeter, in the heart of Devon. Powdram was built by my ancestor, Sir Philip Courtney, in 1390. And it's been our family home ever since. Powdram sits on the edge of the River Exe estuary, surrounded by an ancient deer park and rolling Devon countryside. It's very much a family home, with lots of different styles and eras of architecture, and centuries of family stories, including ghost stories. The Courtney family have been Earls of Devon since 1335. And we've long been involved in the county's history, defending it from French invaders during the 100 Years' War, defending it from Spanish invaders during the Spanish Armada. And we also were here when the Mayflower set sail in 1620. These days, Powdram is a busy place. We host concerts, weddings and events, and the castle is open as a visitor attraction where people can come and see the history of Devon.
An iconic area of Devon to visit is Slapton Sands, which is in South Devon. The story of Operation Tiger, which took place on April 28th in 1944 in Lyme Bay, in which over 700 American servicemen died when attacked by 4 German U-boats. The Sherman tank, which is recovered from one of the sunken landing craft, is a prominent memorial to those who died on an operation that went very tragically wrong. Many visitors come from the Americas to visit this tank, and they lay flowers in memory of their ancestors who were stationed here during World War II. Now here's a little secret that not many people know about. A piece of Canada in the heart of rural Devon. Wolford Chapel is the burial site of Lord John Grey of Simcoe, who was the first Lieutenant Governor of Upper Canada. Wolford Chapel in the centre of Devon is the property of the Canadian province of Ontario and flies the flag of Canada despite being in the English countryside. John Grey of Simcoe founded the city of York, which is now Toronto, and abolished slavery long before it was abolished in England. The chapel itself is very simple, and John and Elizabeth Simcoe were buried there, and they had it built in 1800, which was near their family home. The couple's children are also buried in the chapel to be near their parents. It's a very simple structure and remains pretty much as it was when it was built in the early 19th century.